The Petri dish. The Petri dish. The Petri dish. This is the Petri dish. The Petri dish. The Petri dish. This is the Petri dish. There's something growing in here, and it's a continuing resentment for the human race. I'm your host, Bobby Benedict. Thanks for tuning in. There's a bunch of audio problems because I didn't really figure any of this shit out before I just hit play. We were having a discussion. Yeah, and so I just figured, let's save it for the fucking podcast. I'm just pissed off about stuff right now. We won't get into it. You guys know what it's about. I'm going through various states of emotions, and right now it's just kind of resentment, but not towards individual people, towards all of humanity for being fucking shitty all the goddamn time. Like, white dudes, take a goddamn rest for a second. Stop thinking you get to claim things in public like humans are property. How about that for a goddamn second?
Bitch-ass honkies.
Anyway, with me is my favorite white person, Nick Josten.
Hi.
Of course.
I made the cut.
And of course, ATK is back because she had lemons. You know?
Hello!
We needed lemons, and so
we can make some lemonade.
Yeah, even though someone made lemonade and then didn't fucking bring us any.
3 times.
Drank all of it. Like 5 gallons of lemonade. She just drank out of spite. I think. Yes.
No, I couldn't help myself.
That's good.
I had a really nice thought. I was having a very proud Martha Stewart moment, and I did such a good job. And these lemons are so magical. I plucked them straight off the tree.
Homegrown lemons.
I made 3 gallons, and I drank all of them in 3 days.
That's intense. Like,
that's a lot of lemonade.
I mean, I've definitely drank 3 gallons of things before. Like when I made my own ginger ale, because that's how I got into brewing things. Like before I made the mead, before I made the cider and the wine and all that shit, I brewed my own ginger ale over like 6 or 7 days. So fucking good.
Yeah,
just that little bit of fermentation in there, like maybe like 0.5% alcoholic, you know, like not heavy, but just enough to where you're like, okay, I'm floating on some crisp ginger summer vibes, you know.
I did bring whole lemons for you fellas, though. Do you want some lemon? A whole lemon for your tea there, Nick?
I don't want to put an entire lemon in my tea. I might like squeeze a little bit in my next little batch.
People say lemon water is good for weight loss, so we can probably just drink a fuckload of lemon water.
Well, that's what this was about, because I use stevia, which has no calories, and it's not a chemical because it comes from a leaf. And my body wanted it. It wasn't just like, oh, this is yummy. It was my body was like, give me more of this good stuff.
So it's addictive. That's what it is.
That's what I need more of. Some addictive
something that's good for you that's addictive. How about that?
Oh, God, no. Nothing good is addictive. Well, I guess nothing addictive is good. All of it's... that's the way I think of it. So, if you're addicted to caffeine, it's not... that can be bad. Caffeine can be good. It's a fun stimulant.
A My Strange Addiction of a guy who was addicted to riding a stationary bike. Like, he had one at work, and he rode it so much that his hips just kind of wore out and started to pop out of place.
Good Lord.
Like, hell, man.
Like, fucked up the socket. Like, it wouldn't connect anymore. He just, like, ground it down into nothing. Yeah. So, like, yeah, anything can fuck you up.
That's the kind of darkness I'm living for today. The kind that no matter what you do healthy, if you do things in excess, you will fucking die. You will ruin yourself, and everything is bad.
Everything in moderation.
Yeah,
people.
Everything in moderation, including being creepy at bars. What I mean is, guys, tone it the fuck down.
Yeah, just don't do that at all.
Yeah.
You can,
maybe you should talk about it just
I'm not
going to
talk about shit.
bit.
I'm not going to talk about shit. Every dude in any bar anywhere, don't speak unless spoken to. That's the new fucking rule. You're not even allowed to order a goddamn drink yourself. If a girl doesn't buy you a drink, get the fuck out. That's my new rule. Is get the fuck out. Everyone just leave. Everyone don't be in fucking public. I hate crowds of people. Everyone disperse. The Midwest is so goddamn vast. Yeah. Take up some goddamn land in Nebraska or South Dakota or North Dakota.
Or Wyoming.
Wyoming is bullshit.
Wyoming. Yeah.
Go and just make a little fucking tent. Like fuck Burning Man. Everyone just spread out. Yeah. Get away from each other. Oh, my God.
I don't know. We could get some real stylish burkas happening. We don't know who's who or what's what. Maybe people can... make that work. Would you feel okay with that?
I'm fine with dude burkas. Like
man
fucking
moo-moos.
Man moo-moos.
Head to toe, dudes. Cover them up. You're all done. You're done. You don't. No, just cover the eyes. Guys just have to wear blindfolds now. All dudes now have to be legally blinded at birth. That's the new thing. Anyone not already blind has to wear a blindfold whenever they're in public.
Go around touching strangers. Just start feeling everybody up.
Nope. They have to be led. They have to be led places, or else they get to stand in place until they are deemed useful enough to not stand in fucking place anymore.
I can totally see Nick in this man burqa, this man moo-moo, just going out and being like, hey, guess what I'm wearing under this burqa?
It's a terrible Nick impression.
Flannel. It is pretty bad. I am female. I tried.
You tried.
Can you do that for me? Guess what I'm wearing under this burqa?
Hey, guess what I'm wearing under this burqa? It's a flannel. Flannel shirt, flannel pants, flannel undies, got flannel socks, flannel shoes too. Got a flannel watch. Everything's flannel.
Now say Jack Link's beef jerky. Feed your wild side.
Jack Link's beef jerky. Feed your wild side.
That was way better than what I did. Thank you, Nick.
Yeah, my impression of myself is apparently like an old country person.
Yeah, you know? It's basically fucking what's this?
Wilford Brimley. I have the diabetes.
God. That's beautiful. It's fucking stupid. Yeah, I'm just mad about shit in general. That's my mood for the day. Is I'm just fucking all jazzed. I'm getting annoyed with my own anger as it's happening, which is terrible. Like I'm at a point
makes you more angry.
I'm at a point of self-loathing too, where I know what I hate about myself, and I'm so tired of not liking myself that I get pissed off into positivity.
I'm so tired.
Yeah, I'm so fucking tired of not liking who I am on the inside sometimes and having these emotional outbursts and not liking where some of my physical traits are, and I just want to fucking love myself. I want to be able to look in the mirror and feel fucking fine. How about that, you piece of shit? And so it's like, none of that's healthy, but at the same time, I'm like, that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
That's where I get to be. I'm just angrily into self-love.
Kind of reminds me of, you know, when toddlers start getting like really, really tired, but they don't really know enough about life and emotions to know that they're tired. So they get angry at everybody about being tired, but they don't know how to deal. Like, you just need to go to sleep and you'll feel better. Like, no, I'm not tired.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's like one of those things.
I'm an emotional toddler. That's what this is. It's just like I've been so emotionally hobbled for so long that now I'm finally starting to process through things again. Yeah. And I'm just sitting around going, what the fuck else is there to do? Yeah. What is there to do?
Relearning all that shit. How to actually deal with things healthily.
Nick really might be onto something there. If when you're mad, you took a nap or you ate something.
No, I see, that was the problem.
Different?
Those were the problems before.
That's how we got into this.
Yeah,
mess.
That was called living in South Dakota, where I was like, I'm sad. I'm going to eat a fuckload of Taco Bell and nap through what I should be teaching.
That was my reaction to most things. Is like, I'm going to nap, drink, or just fall asleep. All three things.
Yeah.
She just ate an entire lemon.
Legit, one time I got real pissed off, and I was broke as shit because I had been sleeping through work for a whole week, and all I had in my house was bags of frozen peas and ramen noodle bricks and white vinegar. Like, that was the only food I had. And so for dinner, I had frozen peas, crunched up ramen noodle bricks, and a little bit of white vinegar. And I ate that like a whole fucking mixing bowl. Like 3 pounds of food.
Did you cook the noodles first? Or you just
no,
crunch
I wanted some texture in there, so I had crunchy...
I can't tell if you're kidding or not.
I'm not kidding.
You didn't cook the ramen noodles.
I didn't cook the ramen noodles because I wanted the crunchy, angry texture. So yeah, this is how I used to deal with my emotions, is just binge eating them away in the weirdest fashions, or like sleeping too much and not fucking like looking at myself and figuring out what I need to fix. And now I keep looking at myself going, fucking do something else! Do something!
Did you cook the peas?
Yeah, it was microwaved them though.
Okay. I don't know if it's like frozen peas.
Just eating frozen peas, which is sometimes a fun snack.
It's a delightful treat. I've been having frozen blueberries and frozen mangoes. Just don't defrost them or anything. Just like little handfuls of them, and it's lovely. It's a nice treat during the summer.
Yeah, it's like a natural popsicle.
Yeah.
Nick tips.
I could see Nick's face, though, when Bobby was talking about how he was just eating crunchy ramen noodles, and you could see the way that his eyes darted like, oh. That was something I did not know about you.
Bad.
I've been there too. I've just eaten random. In college, I'd have Tabasco sandwiches.
Yes.
What is a Tabasco sandwich?
Just drench a piece of bread in whatever shit you have in your fridge, and mostly Tabasco.
Yeah, it's usually just Tabasco, and that's it. Just bread and Tabasco.
Yeah, I once did that with like a nice honey Dijon and mayonnaise.
Yeah.
So
What is that experience like of having a Tabasco sandwich?
It tastes like self-hatred.
Is that accurate for you, Nick?
I kind of liked it.
Yeah, well, no, it's wonderful, and it feels nice on the inside.
Yeah, it's definitely not something you do if you're in a good state of mind and healthy and have your shit together. But yeah, at the time, it was like, oh, this is sustenance. I need to put something in my face hole, and these are the only things that I have. Mm-hmm. I'd put the Tabasco all over it, like really let it soak up. Then I'd tear off little pieces and smush it down into a little ball, and then I'd eat it.
I used to just put tortillas, like just big white flour tortillas, in the toaster oven and just put it on the toast setting until it became a giant cracker. And then I would just eat it like I'm one of the mice in Secret of Nim or whatever. Or Fievel Goes West. Just eat a giant cracker.
That is fancy.
Why would you do that to a tortilla? What did it do to you?
It existed near me at a time that I needed it to be cooked. That's what it did.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need to get creative with your weird shit.
Yeah. So now, instead, I'm just like, I don't know, baking bread that I'm probably never going to eat. Like I said, I'm just going to give it out to people instead.
You know what? There's a hostility to eating something with a crunch, especially when you don't have to. I'm hearing crunchy taco when it wasn't a crunchy taco. I'm hearing crunchy noodles.
Things, yeah.
So you really feel that.
Yeah, like I want the visceral tooth reaction. I want to crush something underneath my own power in a constructive way that sustains me.
And you can feel those stabs in the roof of your mouth.
Yeah, like I just want it to fuck my shit up.
Steal its essence to give you energy.
Yeah, and the only other way I get that is by strangling white dudes in bars. Like that's illegal now. Ever since Donald Trump took over, I can't strangle white people in bars anymore.
I'm glad you said white dudes.
Yeah. Can't strangle women. That's fucking mean.
Yeah.
No. You like to get naked and punch women. That's your thing.
Oh, yeah. I got to oil myself up first, though.
So, what was it? Like 2 days ago, we were on Facebook messaging each other, and it was so funny when you said that. I belly laughed, and I took a snapshot on my phone, and I sent it to my best friend.
I legit forgot I said that.
You forgot you said that?
I say a lot of regrettable things in the name of comedy.
It was great. Yeah. I really, really enjoyed it, especially because it's especially funny because you're a non-violent type.
Yeah, not according to half the world that looks at me in public. That's fucking... God, people challenging me to fights in the street. That's fucking...
Did that happen recently?
Yeah.
It did? Okay, let me finish, but I want to know. So, you were talking about how you're done with people, that you're going to go live in the forest, and then I sent a gif of Tarzan,
That's right.
He's topless, and he's doing that, chest pound to himself, like, me Tarzan, and then you Jane,
just very
tapping.
Forceful, like, poke into Jane's shoulder. It just looks like he's like, me Tarzan, and then punches her for no reason.
Yeah.
So, I also have to get naked and punch women.
It was...
Now I remember the context. I forgot it was
wonderful.
Tarzan.
That's one of the things that is most beneficial to knowing Bobby. We're not friends. We've realized that, but we're mates.
That's what happens.
And I don't mean that I, mount him. That's not the kind of mate that I'm saying.
That's not the kind of mating I'm into. There's no ring on this finger.
It's like, good day, mate.
Mm-hmm.
We're mates. Although when I told him that I was feeling playful today and I was going to play with him like a ball of yarn, he goes, ugh.
Yeah, no, my response it was just, ugh. Because that's how I feel. Like, human interaction today has been a struggle. Yet I still persist. And I will again tomorrow when I shoot a fucking music video with a guy I don't know and a bunch of other people I don't know.
Nick, am I an ugh? Look at me right now. Do I look like an ugh?
She's like an aunt to the world. That's what this is. It's like
a what to the world?
Like a fun aunt to the world. That's what this is.
World.
I'm a fun aunt to the world.
Fun aunt to the world.
Am I
this is.
your aunt now?
Yeah, that's what it is now. You've been
Aunt mate.
I think that's you've been demoted or upgraded.
Or,
I can't tell.
Is that more of an up? Yeah, I don't know. Sure. Why can't it be both? An aunt mate or mate aunt? Mid aunt.
I thought you were answering like, yeah, Kirsten, you're I'm like,
Ugh.
well, fuck me. I should be self-aware enough. I am an fun aunt. I'm the fun aunt.
Where it's just like we'll take you can take the kids on the field trip for school, but we're not going to let you hang out afterwards.
I'm not that much older than you motherfucker.
Yeah, I know, but this is why you can't hang out with stand-ups. It's so fun to be mean to each other, and we're so good at it.
Oh, you can let me have it.
Good, because we're already.
As long
doing
as
that.
you don't talk about my pores, you can't hurt me.
I don't know. I don't know what to do with that information. I'll store it away for later.
Yeah.
No,
don't
that's
make
all I
fun
want
of
to
the
talk
pores.
about.
Yeah, my pores.
You got something to say about my pores, Nick?
My pores are
You got
fucking
something to say?
huge.
You got something to say?
You know what I've been thinking about for like the past at least 15, 20 minutes?
What?
That
I must know.
Ronald Reagan created AIDS.
I was thinking, wasn't Betrayu the guy from the Neverending Story?
Yeah, that's Atreyu.
Yeah.
That's Atreyu.
Yeah, you guys are talking about betrayal, and that's all I could think of. Was like
Yeah,
Betrayu.
and then there's Falcor.
Yeah,
Oh, before the podcast.
yeah. That's where my mind's been.
Yeah,
at for
Nick
most
hasn't
of
been here the whole fucking
Yeah,
podcast.
I've been responding, but no, my mind's
we had
been
discussions about betrayal, which was
We
nice.
need to go down Nick's path. I have
Yeah.
a good feeling. I'm trusting this. So are you thinking about actual betrayal, or are you thinking about Atreyu?
Thinking about Atreyu.
both. No, there's like a portmanteau of both of them. Like it's like if Atreyu doesn't feel normal feelings. If he feels betrayed, he feels betrayal. Betrayu.
Actually, I see the wordplay.
That's a terrible fucking...
I know, and I'm kind
No,
of
it's
mad at
not.
myself.
Definitely, it's not your best.
Oh, I know it's pretty
That's
bad.
not even-
I'm still thinking it, and I'm still digging it. I know it's not a good one, but
That's
I love
not...
it.
You've done way better than that.
Yeah, I know.
This is how stuff starts. You start with a betrayal, and it goes to Atreyu, and then it goes to, what did you say?
Betrayu.
Betray you. I betray you. It sounds a little bit knighting, like Knights of the Round Table. I knight you. I betray you. Yeah.
Now it just sounds like you're going to stab a guy. It's like that's...
Like some serial killer before he killed him.
It's like, I betray you, sir.
Betrayu.
What do you think about that hit you? Like it was literally the wordplay, or do you think there's some significance to you in betrayal?
No, someone said betrayal, and I'm like, "What? Isn't that the guy from Neverending Story betrayu?" And that was it. That was the limit of it. And I just keep turning it over in my mind, like that's so fucking dumb, but still, like it's in formaldehyde again.
Yeah,
it's that
that's what
fucking
this
bullshit.
is. That's what it fucking is.
It's like a stupid pun that doesn't work, and it's not funny to anybody else. But I fucking love it.
Your
for
brain
no
works
reason.
in puns, and my brain works in whenever I hear a song with a similar chord structure, I can't help but sing the other song, which I did last night when I went to the library for karaoke. Some guy was singing the shitty Sublime song "Bad Fish." It has the same chords as the Four Non Blondes. What's going on?
No way.
But faster. As I was sitting there next to Taro, and I was just like,
You're singing along.
And I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath. And he was like, "Oh my god!" And I just sang the whole fucking thing.
And Tara would get that. Too.
Yeah, he was
a
loving
music
it,
guy.
and so was I. I was like, "It fits perfectly."
I had a coworker, I think yesterday, talking about how this sweater was pilling really badly. Like, oh no, opioids? And he's like, what? No, it just has little fuzz balls. Like, oh, is that Oxycontin? And then he didn't get it at all. And I'm like, oh, that's fucking hilarious. Okay, nobody else here? Nope, nobody. All right, fuck me. I'll just go back to getting yelled at.
Yep.
You just sound like a massive, massive pothead.
Because of opioids?
Yeah. Stop doing fucking opioids.
I
And,
haven't smoked pot in
and Atreyu.
God, for so long.
Atreyu. For 20 minutes? 20 minutes, Atreyu.
You know, okay, Nolan Fleming once asked me, like, when you write those, like, crazy Facebook posts and everything, how high are you? Like, I do it in the middle of the day when I'm working most. I'm just really bored.
And you're just bored as fuck, and you're just like, "This'll go." That's
Like, that's
what I
just
write
how
on my
I've
tweets.
always
Yeah.
been. Is like in school and everything like that. It looked like I was taking notes and everything. No, I was just writing weird shit and like making up stories and everything. That's just what I do.
I was always writing emo as fuck song lyrics about my silent feelings. Ugh.
I listened to the last podcast where Nick is on it, and I thought he was saying that he was going to be hosting at Cobb's on the regular, and he's like, what are you talking about? And I went back and listened to it again, and it was something that he was talking about maybe will happen. But I saw his show at Cobb's, and based on the performance, I was like, it makes sense that they would have him come back so regularly.
He's never coming back.
They were never going to let me back in there. I kind of do vaguely. I didn't go back and listen to it. I've just been, busy. But yeah, I kind of vaguely. I remember talking about, because we recorded it before I actually went to Cobb's, but the episode was coming out after I went to Cobb's.
Yeah,
so I was just predicting what was going to happen. Like, oh yeah, they're going to love me. They're going to start giving me hosting spots right away and like doing all this shit. And like, no, that's not going to happen.
Of course not. Oh, that's right. That was the Jim episode. I just blocked that one out of my mind.
That was so fucking weird.
Because Jim just got drunk as shit and then just like stopped participating.
Yeah, just like took his headphones off and was just like drinking Fireball right over there, just like glass after glass of Fireball.
Drank like a whole gallon of Fireball.
Went outside to smoke for a little while, came back in and said my Facebook posts were like cry for help.
And that I need to read Lolita.
Yeah. Yeah, and yelling at you for not reading books and everything. Like, you're a cultured guy. Like, you know shit.
Nah.
It's not like you're uncultured. It's just like some people don't like to read novels. It's not a big deal. You're cultured in other aspects. It's like, we can't all go to Notre Dame and then start crack, Jim.
Yeah, Jim.
I am aware that you, Bobby, have a better vocabulary than myself, which is a little startling.
It's only just because I like to sound smart when I'm being dumb.
I'm aware.
Yeah, I like to mix it up. I don't know. I just words are my expression, so I feel like I got to be good at them at least a little bit, and so I just toss shit out there and hope that I sound correct.
My gift is my song.
Oh, fuck.
And this one's for you.
And that's the other. Like, I'm still getting over the fact that like, I'm a fucking poet. Oh, I use words and stuff. Oh, I'm so fancy with my fucking emotions.
All of you are really missing out on the eyebrow action that Bobby was just giving us with that explanation.
I just, I forget that I can actually make art and I do it well. And because I'm so used to just being like a stupid, shitty comic that then I remember like, oh yeah, I can actually like provide value to the world through, like emotion and song and stuff. Like, I know there are bands and music that has personally affected me in a way that like has saved my life. And yet I don't put that same value on myself because I'm like, ugh.
You can do that for other people.
Yeah.
Like you can save someone else and like save their day and everything like that.
And so like whenever I think, I don't know. I'm just trying to like myself again, and that's the hardest part. Is like going from this self-deprecation is fun, comedy. We all hate each other because we're all sad. I'm like, I don't want to fucking be that dude anymore.
Yeah.
Like, sadness is fucking over. Like, I get it. We're all fucking sad. There's only so many jokes you can write about not liking yourself and your dick being small and blah blah blah. Who gives a fuck? Why should I like you?
That's why I'm into like people like Ron Funches right now. He's just like all about being fucking positive. Like, the world is a fucking amazing place and it's great.
Who?
And here's all the shit I'm happy about and excited about.
Ron
Funches. He is just a delightful teddy bear of a human being.
Ron Fudgens.
Funches. Funches.
Yeah.
He's been on like Conan, a bunch of shit.
I love Conan so much.
He has this great podcast called Getting Better, all about him losing. Like, he lost like a couple hundred pounds.
Weight, yeah.
And he's still working on losing more and getting better and moving out into LA and Hollywood and trying to do more acting and shit and trying to like just make himself a better person. And he brings on guests each week and talks to them about how they're trying to make their lives better. And it's just, he's just an all around positive, fun guy, and he's also just fucking hilarious. And his fucking laugh is just a delight.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
He even has that joke about it, I think on his first album, where he says like he's a large black guy, but he has the laugh of a small Japanese girl.
Yeah.
What's his first name again?
Ron
Funches.
Yeah. First name RON. Last name FUNCHES. Everybody look him up.
Actually, that really helps me that you spelled it out.
You can visualize it then.
I can.
And it's such an adorable name too. He's just an adorable guy.
He seems like a Funches.
I'm going to check it out. I wonder. I'm not really worried, but I do kind of wonder my place in comedy because I really like myself. I like who I am. I don't I don't lack self-esteem. I lack self-esteem in other people.
I don't know. See, that's the thing, is I don't think there's a place for anyone in comedy unless, you're following the fucking formula. Like, you just got to move to New York and be one of those fucking opinionated complainers. Like, there's no place for anyone in comedy. It's oversaturated, and you just have to fight for your scraps. So it's just like, you just have to be yourself and make other people want to see that. Like, that's about it at this point.
I do feel creative enough and peculiar enough that I can do things that people haven't seen much of because I'm an oddball. I mean, face value, if you just see me getting out of bed or something like that, I'm, this shortish, blonde, white woman. But what I hear about other comics and what I see for some other comics is I'm not really that negative. And I think my biggest thing is I don't dislike me. I really like me. While I hear other comics, they don't feel worthy of attention. I know I was hearing Andrew Schultz saying that he doesn't feel worthy of attention and of people listening to him, but he wants people to listen to him and pay attention to him, so he feels like being funny is kind of that give and take. I'm being funny, so it's worth you watching me. I would never think of that for really anybody, and beyond opposite for, I don't know about opposite for myself, I just would never think of such a thing. But I don't know. I feel, like I'm an OG feminist for, my lifetime. But I don't hate men, And I actually am an auntie, by the way.
Sweet.
And I do have a little nephew that I super, super love. He's super, super cute, and obviously he's male. And I'm sure he's going to grow up to really be a great guy. Hey, good girl, we got Nikki here. She just wondered.
As long as he realizes if it ain't white, it ain't right. That's what I think,
Yeah, and I will make sure, and I'm saying this as a person, but I am totally an OG feminist, is I will never hate on him for being male. I will never hate on him for being a boy. I will never hate on him for being a teenage boy. I will never hate on him for being a man. And I did used to be very angry. I was a feminist as a little kid without realizing that that's what I was. And I was very mad at males. And now that I've lived long enough, it's not that I dislike men. It's I'm aware that people suck.
Yeah.
Not everybody, not all the time, and not everybody all the time. But it's not that men suck and women are just victims. I've known plenty of women who've sucked, and the biggest betrayals in my life were also by women. So I say I'm a feminist, and I most certainly am, but I don't want a boy or a man to hear that ATK is a feminist and be like, and feel like they have to be, a certain footage back from me. It's not like that. And for me, comedy is fun. And also, I often have a violent sense of humor. And that doesn't go well with a lot of people. More in the West Side. If you get more Midwest, and if you go more East Side, violence is considered funnier. But, I'm visiting from California right now, is violent humor in California does not fly. Does not fly in California. And that's okay. It helps me change a lot, and find other ways of being. I'm pretty in flow. Does this work? No. Okay, I'll try this one. But I probably want to get weirder with my comedy than I have the conditioning for yet. Do you know what I'm saying? And when I get better and better, I can get weirder.
But why stand-up?
As opposed to what?
Improv. Or just public speaking. Or just being like a vlogger. Or like any of the things where it's like...
I'm not against public speaking. People would really benefit from public speaking with me. I've kind of done some of that. And I'd be good with doing it, Actually, I feel like that's something that I will be doing, is doing some public speaking. I have no bashfulness of crowds, but I don't have that feeling of the need for attention of a lot of people. I view it as responsibility.
Yeah.
Like,
makes sense.
You want me to do a lot of public speaking more than other people because I'm going to do it better than they do. You want it there not because I want you to listen to me. You're going to want to listen to me, depending on what it is. And if I find somebody who's better than me in something that has to do with other people, please go ahead. And there's other things I can go do. For improv, I do have concerns that I will stomp over everybody. That I will be the center and I will be the focus. And I won't be meaning to do that, but that very well may be what will happen. And I don't want to do that, but I would really have to condition myself to not do that.
That makes sense.
But I'm not saying no. I'm also a really good storyteller. Well, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. Maybe that I'm getting around more people who are very good at it. And I'm like, okay, I get better. There's other things that I've been competitive with that I don't really identify as competitive. I really more, I think what's the best way to do something, and if it's that we all work together to get it done, I don't feel like I need to shine more than somebody else within the group. Now, if I did more, don't take my credit. We're going to have a problem, if you do. But I forgot where I was going with this, but I like the fun of stories. I really like to listen to them. I really enjoy other comics a lot. And I wonder how things will go further with, I'm relocating. I'm going to be spending a lot of time in Ohio, and I'll be back in this area every few months. And I'm thinking I might spend more time in New York. I actually haven't been there yet. A little embarrassing.
Me neither.
We should all be embarrassed.
Yeah, fuck New York.
Especially you guys.
All those fucking New York comics. Oh, you're loud and your words are fast.
Yeah, we got this pizza. I got a boo. I'm in New York.
I'm walking in.
Yeah.
Look at my comedy.
They're all the same.
Yeah, fucking New York comics. Fuck off. Ooh, your setup and your punchline and your opinions. Get out of here.
I like the poke. This is like a personal thing into me, is I would like to kind of have the comedy combat just for the fun of it between another comic. It's not that I want to be funnier. It's play with me. In my mind, it's play with me. And sometimes I'll win, and sometimes the other person will win. And if the other person wins, I'm probably going to enjoy myself more because they've said something that made me laugh. That's not how it goes, huh?
No. Not all the time. Like, there are people that it's fun to, riff with and have fun with and everything. But there are a lot of comics that they want to be the funnier one, so it gets competitive quickly, and they just have to kind of top you at all. Like, you can't really just have a conversation with some comics. It's always
they're
trying
on.
to do a set. Yeah, they're always on.
That's what we call always on. And you're just like, turn off for a fucking second and just be a goddamn human. That's the number one thing about comedy. You don't even have to be fucking funny. Just be okay to hang out with. No one wants to sit in the green room with your dumb ass running by your bits. It's like, go save it for the fucking stage.
Yeah. You don't want to go on the road with somebody
4 hours.
Just spend the entire day in a car with somebody, and then be at the show with somebody, potentially have to share a room with somebody, and then the entire car ride back with somebody who's just always on and always going and just always being just like, fuck, just calm down a little bit.
What is it you don't like? Is it because it seems insincere? What is your problem with it?
It's because it's the lack of self-awareness. And that's what a lot of comics have, is the lack of self-awareness. So not only is there already the idea that getting on stage and your opinion matters, that's crazy. And so the idea that so many comics are self-deprecating, I don't believe them anymore, because you already made the step to make your voice heard.
Yeah,
which
people
is
deserve to hear my thoughts, but my shitty thoughts.
Exactly. So it's just why? Okay, why do I care that you're here? And now that if I care that you're here, why do your words matter? And if your words don't matter, why is it ridiculous? Show me something. Show me you put any thought into this beyond what's in front of your fucking face.
Now, Nick, when you say you deserve to hear my thoughts? Is it, you deserve to hear my thoughts? Or is it, you deserve to hear my thoughts?
Those go fucking hand in hand.
Yeah.
Like, from the shittiest political clap-along comic who's just like, my opinion matters, but not the laughter. Here's my opinion. And everyone's like, yeah, great point. And you're like, there was no punchline. You said a sentence. This is just a political rally. You know, like, I don't fucking care. To the people that are just so facetious about everything when they're on stage that, like, I don't know why they're there. I'm just like, you don't want to be here either, dude. Like, fucking, I don't want to watch you because you don't want to be here, so you're just wasting our fucking time.
Yeah, those are the worst comics to watch. Like,
yeah.
The ones that are like, I'm better than this. I'm above this. And they're just kind of like, they're shitting all over the crowd that made an effort to come out there and paid money and everything. And, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's just a lot of insincerity in people. They're not, they just don't seem like real people. They don't seem like humans. Like, a comic has to be able to look at their everyday life and then filter it in a funny way and present it to other people so that they can relate to it. But if you're always on and always like trying to do bits and everything, you're not experiencing your life so that you can write that true material that's true to your life. You're doing a performance. You're doing performance art 24 hours a day and then presenting this weird image to other people. I like the people who actually like sit down and they're actually living their life and going along and they're interacting with people and just having a normal life and just being normal people. And then they're able to kind of have this self-awareness where they can look down on it from some other area and like, oh yeah, that was a weird thing that happened. This is a weird take on something that happens to everybody, and then be able to go off and present it to people rather than always having to be like, hey, didn't you check this thing out? It wasn't that weird? Like, no, just like fucking just be like, yourself, and then just carry it over to the stage.
Yeah, it's just like we all know that maybe you were personally in a Starbucks and someone was being annoying. You don't need to bring it up like it's a bit that we need to care about right now, because a lot of people live their lives in a weird fucking way. If it's not interesting or it's not personal to you, I just don't get the fucking point. Which is why, like, comedians talking about airports fucking gets me.
Yeah,
or
just the comedians who spend all their time on the road just doing comedy, they lose their touch with the average day person. Or if they only hang out with other comics, that's their view of the world, is just through comedy and other comics.
Yeah, unless they have the self-awareness to actually say, like, okay, this is, like, this comedy I'm about to do is shitty and here's why. Like the Drew Carey bit where he was just like, where he talked about how he was talking to his housekeeper and it was time for her to go, so he just crumbled a bunch of shit onto the carpet so she would have to stay longer. Like, he's identifying so much shit in there of him being like a part of the problem, being a rich white man who needs these things, and also, being like, I'm not being heard, and he has to just fucking treat people shitty. So he made a joke out of that, even though he wouldn't fucking do that. But at the same time, you get so much about him in that joke, where you're just like, that it's a beautiful thing that I can't relate to at all in any of the fashion, but also it tells so much in that little encapsulated story.
I think that's one of Gary Goldman's tips. He's like, make sure you still hang out with non-comics and do things besides comedy so that you can still just relate to people and just be able to be a normal person still. I
don't know why you wouldn't. I mean, for your own life. I don't get it.
A lot of comics don't have lives, especially when they get fed the shitty... I'm going to say it's still New York comics, getting fed that shitty rhetoric of just like, you need to eat, sleep, and breathe comedy or you're not going to make it. Yeah. You have to constantly be thinking about stuff. Write everything down. And you got to be getting up at mics 5 times, 7 times, 100 times a week. Don't ever stop doing comedy. Always be at an open mic. Suck your own dick. It's totally cool. And it's like, for the love of God, life is not comedy.
I think some people also, they just kind of, that's maybe the first time they've really had validation or anything. Like they were just the weird lonely kids growing up, and all of a sudden they met their clique, their people, their tribe, and they want to stay in that safety, and wandering out of that is just uncomfortable and weird.
Yeah, it's like an AA thing but the higher power they're giving their shit to is comedy, and so it just becomes as annoying and cultish as that, as any religion. There's so much zealotry and dumb bullshit to sift through to get at the heart of just fucking be a person that makes people laugh. That's literally the only thing about comedy. They can't fucking do it.
I feel like you guys are feeling very stressed out about this, so I'm going to pass the lemon. You guys can smell it, and I swear to God, you're going to feel better. It's a lemon that smells like flowers.
I feel like I just smelled a lemon on a podcast. That's how I feel.
You feel better, Bobby.
No. It's going to take a lot more things to make me feel better.
Don't tempt me.
I've dug myself into a hole.
Do you feel better, Nick?
I do.
Did you just,
I knew it would happen.
Did you just smell the lemon's butthole?
Oh, no.
You gonna save it for later? You gonna save it for later?
I'm gonna save that for later.
Save it for later.
You know what? Bobby just shamed Nick for feeling better by the simplicity of smelling this amazing flowerless lemon. And as soon as he did, Nick had this look on his face like, meh. And then he rolled the lemon away from him.
Good.
Fuck you, Bobby.
No, honestly, what just happened, I thought
there's a separate thing. There's a bit rolling around in his head, and I know he wants to say it out loud, but he also thinks it'll stop some sort of weird momentum or make a moment weird.
Yep.
And so I can tell he's holding back.
Yep.
And this is the connection I know we have, where I can see he's guilty of something in his own head.
Yeah. All right, go for it.
No.
Go for it.
It's locked up now.
Yeah, he's going to hold on to that, because I've seen that look before, and when I convince him to say it, I'm just like, that didn't need to be said out loud.
You know what? I'll respect you keeping that in the vault, and I do think that it's because I'm here, and I can respect a man wanting to be a gentleman in front of a lady. So I'm gonna give the little clap.
That's why Nick is one of the good ones.
For Nick.
That's why he's one of the good ones.
I know when I'm being shitty and try to tone it down a little bit.
Yeah, that's
try to rein it in whenever I can.
Let's see. I mean, we've been having good discussion. Okay, I'll smell the fucking lemon again.
I punctured it twice.
Just stab a lemon.
Metal as fuck.
With my claws.
Just punch
You
it.
weren't feeling enough, so I stabbed it.
Twice. How do you feel, Bobby?
I don't feel any better. It feels like a Band-Aid over a bullet wound at this point. I just... Like, again, I have been doing so much self-maintenance, all the little things don't help anymore.
Tell you what, I'll cauterize it for you.
Good.
I think that'd be a good band name. Emo band. Band-Aid over bullet wounds.
I'm pretty sure that already is.
Right?
Like, there's so many
I thought you were going to
Yeah.
say punctured lemon.
Yeah. Punctured Lemon is like a hardcore band from fucking Philadelphia. That's what they are. We're fucking Punctured Lemon. You ready for 30-second songs? I'm going to drink PBR instead of doing vocals. Fuck, man. Punctured Lemon. This has been a good discussion so far. I feel slightly better, like I've expressed myself in a way, because I just have a bad taste in my mouth of just humans in general. Like I don't need to fucking smell the lemon again.
You can eat it.
I'm not going to chew on a lemon on this podcast.
Can I bring this microphone over there?
Don't fucking
while
do
I
it.
bring it to your mouth.
I am not going to. I'm not going to take a bite out of a fucking lemon. That's not happening. But I definitely feel like there's been.
Oh, here we go.
Careful, it's only a 3-foot cable.
It's a 3-foot cable. Here you go.
I'm not going to
Here,
eat
try
the.
it. We'll squeeze it. Lift your,
I'm not
head
going to
back.
do. No,
Lift
get
your
the
head
fuck
back.
out of here. I'm not going to have a lemon.
I'm going to make this joke work.
This is happening.
This is what we do. We shove it
I'm
down
being
people's throat.
fought with a lemon.
Hey, who's that one guy who had the vines where he...
Will Sasso from Mad TV. The lemon vines are so good. Everything was always, he would be in the middle of something and a lemon would just bust out of his fucking mouth.
So juicy.
I give it back to Nick. He knows what's good for him.
Nick knows. But again, like I was saying, I've been doing so much fucking self-care. I'm like, yeah, there's only so many hours I can do hobbies, breathe, meditate, have healthy meals, exercise, take in some sort of meaningful art, fucking hug people, dry brush my hair, or fucking hydrate. Like, sure, I can do all of those. If I do all of them in a day, good job me. I don't feel any fucking better because there's like roots to the problem that I gotta fucking weed out myself. And it's just a goddamn nightmare. So yeah, like I got some holes to fill after I pull out the root system of all my problems. And I don't know what they're attached to. So we'll fucking see. This metaphor is getting out of fucking control.
Pull out the roots and salt the earth.
Yep. That's, I mean, like,
don't salt the earth.
like
Nothing else
that
can
tweet
grow.
I put out the other day. Like, sometimes I just feel like I fucked my own like mental state up so much with like balancing self-care precariously on top of a not good foundation that I just feel like I have to clear the save and start over like a fucking like I was making files and I had to save one as it's like, this was final edits and this was final edits 2, and I'm like, now I'm at final edits 5, and I'm like, I got to go back to the first one because I really fucked up a lot.
Do you think that your life would be better if you had a robot servant?
I think
What
my life.
kind of-
I do think slavery would help any situation that I have. Yeah.
Talking like a Rosie from the Jetsons, or like a more like Roomba, or like what kind of
Whatever
robots
you
are we
think the
talking about?
most realistic likelihood of our future robot servants will be.
So a sex robot. That's about it.
I'm just thinking about Sam Corbin's sex robots.
Yeah.
right
Sam
now.
Corbin's sex robot joke. Insert Sam Corbin's sex robot joke here.
Still one of my favorite bits.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
You
I
can't
can't do
because
it.
he can't even tell it anymore. It's locked in my brain, but I'm not going to do his fucking bit.
Yeah, I can't do someone else's bits.
I think.
What if you quote it? What if you quote it?
That's not a thing you can do in comedy.
do this the entire time.
Yeah, I'm just
I'm
gonna do air
not saying
quotes
the
while doing
whole
his
bit. I thought it was like a little joke.
No,
No,
it is
it's
like
a-
it's
like a
like
5-minute
10
bit.
minutes
It's-
long.
Oh, come on. I'm
There's-
not going to
of
have
the
you do that.
concept of-
Turns
Yeah,
and
there's so much.
Is it good?
It's so fucking good.
I love it.
I feel like I'm the most comprehensive archive of Reno comedy from like 2016 to now. Like even Cy forgot one of his bits one time and I had to yell the punchline at him. You know, like there's just so much. Like, yeah, I'm just a fan of the fucking people around me sometimes, and I just want to enjoy stuff, and I want to enjoy stuff again, and I'm just so fucking over shit. Just
So-
over it.
Have you guys heard of the show? It's on Netflix now called Better Than Us.
Nope.
Better Than Us. So I just discovered it yesterday. It's originally set in like Russia. It's future times, and they're sex robots, and
Dope.
they're very realistic looking, that are clearly played by humans. And then there are some other robots that are very identifiably robots.
C-3PO walks
Very
through.
robotic. And I'm not going to do any spoilers right now, but I'm thinking to myself, there are people.
I think we're both thinking of our own separate robot sex sketches.
Okay, everybody's going to have a robot sex sketch.
I love that we had both have the same look on our face. I'm like, there's a scene running through my head right now. All I can think of is C-3PO walking through like a Game of Thrones style prostitution scene, just being, my bumhole wiring is all afraid. I don't
You want to jump in here, Nick?
No.
This is
Never mind. I don't think mine's not good enough to really. It's just a bunch of random vignettes and everything like that.
yeah,
Just kind
all
of
the robot
lines
prostitute vignettes that you can really just pump through your mind all at once, and you're just like, this is ridiculous. Why is my mind doing this to me?
So I'm thinking in my mind, is this something that's really beneficial? Like, I would like to have a robot that just does things that I want it to do. The clean the house. I don't know, maybe change the oil in the car. But there's a lot of people who are interested in this sex robot thing. And I'm like, is it ever going to be realistic enough that it actually fools people?
It doesn't need to be realistic.
Tell me more.
Like, literally, they already exist, and it's just like, all right, here's a weird duct tape fuck doll with a fleshlight on it. The end.
Yeah, like those real dolls and everything like that. They just need to make it a little animatronic, and then people will
Just
be cool with it.
put an Alexa inside a fucking real doll. The end. That's all you
And
need.
make it do the ball gargler.
The ball hog?
Yeah, the ball
hogs?
hogs. Yeah, just on
Oh,
repeat.
God. Oh, God, it's like she's slurping ramen noodles. Gross.
There's going to be someone who's into like the C-3PO style
Yeah.
fuck doll.
You want a robot husband, and I want a robot wife.
I
You
just
want one
a
that
friend.
changes oils and cleans the house, and I want a fuck robot. The end. That's...
Realistic. What I would really, really want. I don't see myself sexing up a robot. I really don't. I'm not hating on people who would. I don't know if I should, but I'm not. But I would love to have a realistic robot that looks like Ricky Martin, and I'm just going throughout my day, and then there's this realistic-looking Ricky Martin that's just kind of, shimmying and shaking and doing his Latin dance move thing while I'm just coming out of the bedroom. And
again, you just want a Puerto Rican sex slave.
You can buy one of those.
I want a private dancer. Apparently that's what I want. I want a house private dancer.
That's what it comes
but
back
I want
to.
it to be Ricky Martin.
Ricky Martin's not doing shit right now. I think you could get him.
Oh, that's such a tease.
Ricky Martin, if you're listening to the podcast, call in. You want to get sold into sex slavery?
Isn't he a dad now or something like that? Like,
Ricky Martin, are you a dad?
He's a dad. And he's married to a man.
Little Dickie Martin?
He has twin boys.
Dope.
With a surrogate. He didn't marry a woman and then have kids.
Was her name Surrogate? I know.
Ooh.
I'm disappointed in most of these. I still say him, and I hate him, and I'm disappointed, but I secretly love him.
If I didn't enjoy listening to the sound of your voice so much, this could be ugly.
I think that's how I get away with it.
Yeah.
I can say just the stupidest shit and be like, oh, we just like the way that you say
people just like the journey. That's what it is.
Otherwise,
I'm sitting here
shut
like,
up, Nick!
Yeah, that's why I'm like, the novelty has worn off to me.
you hear this every day.
I will tell you. I was like, that joke fucking blows. Don't tell it. And then I'll make him get on stage and I'll be like, tell the joke. It's so bad.
And then I'll tell it, and it's bad.
It bombs.
And I know it's going to bomb, but
you'll get away more with it with women. I think it would take a long time.
Women love Nick Josten in general. It's just, you can get up and you can just start saying stuff, and they're just like, I just want to put him in my purse and take him home with me and put him in my butt,
Maybe that should be my new merch, is Nick Josten butt plugs.
No, your merch should just be book jackets. Let's say, take it off, you slut.
Oh my gosh, if you can, I don't know, make an app that you're an alarm where it's like, hey.
Wake up, baby.
Exactly.
Oh, I still need to do that one YouTube channel I was talking about.
Dick Ache and Fanny Pack Enthusiast?
No, that one's actually started. No, it's, I can't talk about it right now. I'm still actually going to do it.
Yeah, he's still got to formulate it. Like, I already regret talking about writing a fucking podcast-based web series, because now I feel like I actually have to follow up on the bullshit that I say on this fucking podcast. Everyone stop listening to my stupid podcast and holding me accountable for the shit that I say.
You have the best intro, your Petri dish intro. I would like to have it as a ringtone. If you call me, I'm going to hear that.
The Petri dish.
Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah, it used to be a legitimate theme song for my different podcast that I had, and then I just kind of transitioned it. Yeah, so instead of it saying post-nuclear Reno, one day I just said the Petri dish over it, and it was so funny, I kept that as the intro for like the last year.
It's awesome. I wouldn't change it. I mean,
I haven't. Yeah, it makes me laugh every time still. Like, I'm not fucking sick of it. It's so stupid.
You could see if you could turn it into a ringtone for real.
Oh, I could. It's real easy.
Do it.
Nah.
Do it now.
I don't want to.
All right.
You're hard to manipulate.
Yeah.
Maybe if I said please, I was like,
no.
Can you do something for me?
You see, that's the thing. Again, I'm very easy to manipulate, but only for specific people.
Not me.
Not you.
Oh, man.
We don't have that connection.
You don't like aunties?
Nope.
Antimates.
Antimates!
It sounded like a weed killer when you said it. Like some sort of like...
Buy Antimates.
Yeah, buy Antimates now. Don't let it near your pets.
To me, it
causes cancer.
It sounds like you're saying that Bobby finds me repulsive. Like Kirsten is an anti-mate.
You're an anti-mate.
To Bobby.
That's what it is.
Bobby doesn't even know how lucky he is that he gets to talk to me. I don't allow a lot of people to take up my time, and he doesn't get it. He doesn't get it because he's not a big fan of himself, and it's like, I'm a diamond. Like, I'm not even in the rough. Like, there's polish on it. It's, hit the grind. I'm like the 50, not even the 58 facets, but Caro 74. I'm the Caro 74, but I don't know, maybe he's the mounting, so he can't see the shine that comes from the top.
I just don't give a shit about jewels.
I didn't think Bobby mounted you. We went over that in the beginning.
And that's the kind of wordplay I wait around for. It only took 60 minutes to get to that level of wordplay.
Every now and again, a diamond comes out.
I had to clear a little bit of the other parts out. Had to flush the system, but we got it.
No,
It
he's
seems to happen a lot with comedy, though. It's like you write just 90% shit, and then every now and again you just come up with something that's worth
That one was good.
I'm like, I'm on my way. He's like, ugh, that's better. I do like that, though. I do like jokes that put myself down because I like myself so much. It doesn't bother me.
It's gotta happen. I just don't want any people around me anymore.
I want to hear two things that are good about me, Bobby. I am a guest on this podcast. I need 2 or 2.5 things. We can even do 2.5.
You have a healthy level of self-enjoyment. And
Sounds painful.
let's see, what else?
Listen to this son of a bitch's voice having to say nice things about me.
Your shoe choice is most of the time on fleek.
Is most of the time on fleek. I'll take that as the half. What's my other one?
Your pores are very nice.
Oh, he complimented my pores. I'll take it.
I remember things.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Did it hurt? Do you feel gross inside of yourself right now? Do you feel...
Yeah, I'm bad at giving compliments. I just don't fucking do it.
Yeah, I don't get it. Especially with me here.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like to gas people up. I think everyone needs a nice healthy layer of just like a crumb coating on a cake. Like before you put the frosting on, you need a nice crumb coating of hatred, just a little bit.
I don't trust people who give too many compliments. Like, what are you trying to get at? What are you trying to be manipulative? What are you doing over there?
When people do compliment me, I'm like, what's the angle?
And people at work have been complimenting me on my weight. Like, hey, it looks like you've been losing weight. Like, what are you getting at? What the fuck are you talking to me?
Do you ever enjoy compliments, Nick?
No.
They always feel disingenuous.
No?
Yeah.
No?
They always.
Oh.
Then I always feel like I have to give one back.
And also, like, what do you say? Thank you?
Yeah, like, all right, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm going to go over here now.
What do you think about that's how you are?
That's how I am.
That's just what it is.
That's just me.
Is it difficult for you to give compliments?
I just generally don't. There's like really... I do I tell comics great set a lot.
Yeah, and that's always a lie though. So that's
not always.
Not always. Sometimes you have to actually like stop them and be like, "No, legitimately, you killed. That was a good job."
You have to give them a little extra qualifier,
rather than just like the shoulder pat, good set. Like there you go.
I'm not the person you should come to if you want to hear what you want to hear about a set or really anything else. Yeah. If I tell you I liked it, but it's painful for me to lie. So I can give compliments very well. I just think I'm the straight shooter, So if that's what it is, I'm going to say what it is.
Yeah, I mean, positive or negative, I just don't like to give my opinion on things that I don't feel invested in, So it's just like, I don't know. Like, sure, it's nice. People like hearing compliments. Some people like hearing compliments. I mean, like, it's nice for me to receive compliments sometimes, but most of the time I'm just like, where is this coming from? Like, why are you being nice?
At work, they have a kudos box where you're supposed to put in, like, affirmations or things that other people in the workplace have done that you like, and you just compliment about them. I've not once put something, I think once as a joke. And then...
as a joke?
As a joke.
Was it obviously a joke? Or was it a joke to yourself and you're like,
That was obviously a joke. I don't even remember exactly what it was, but they got it later and like, yeah, that was kind of funny. But yeah, I just don't see the fucking point of it. Like, why do you need compliments throughout the day to do your fucking job? Just like fucking go and do it. Why do you need those sorts of affirmations? If you are that appreciative, pay me more. That's how I would like to be complimented, is with something I can actually use.
I would like to see you flirt with people from stage, Nick. That's something I'd like to see happen.
No, he waits till after he gets off stage so he can actually see if they're pieces of shit or not.
Yeah, like last night.
Yeah.
Fuck that lady.
Because everybody, like, I mean, Nick's always pulling in the ladies, but most of them are fucking garbage because they enjoy comedy, which is, that's bad.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
No, some of them are just kind of like last night.
Comedy fans are awful.
They can be fun and amazing and everything, but they can.
We have great fans.
Yeah, but like when
people are fans of comedy, I'm like, oh god, that's an umbrella.
Yeah,
that's like saying I enjoy music. What the fuck does that say? Like being a fan of comedy, I'm like, that
what
makes
genre of music do you like?
That makes me think you know nothing about it, so you just enjoy that it exists.
Yeah, last night had a pretty good set. It was one of my favorites that I've done in a long time. I actually really enjoyed it.
You fucking killed it.
But there was this drunk lady who was talking through most of it. Afterwards, I found out she only talks through sets where she's paying attention and likes what they're talking about. If she doesn't like you, that's when she shuts up, which is just fucking bonkers backwards. And then afterwards, she comes up and she's talking to me and everything, and then she drops the little tidbit that. I was just going to give her kind of a pass, like, oh, she's been drinking. Maybe this is her first show, whatever. She doesn't really know how comedy shows are supposed to work. No, she frequently attends comedy shows so she can heckle because she thinks she's helping everybody. Like, no, that's not how any of this works. You're not helping anything. I had to deal with you. I had other shit I wanted to do. I ended on a weird spot because I didn't get to go through all the material that I had planned on because I had to deal with you over and over again because you wouldn't shut up. And that was just kind of like, I don't want to have it. You're kind of cute and seem kind of like fun and crazy in a fun way, but no, that's just kind of like, no, that's a deal breaker. I don't want to deal with someone who's like that to other people constantly, all the time.
Yeah, it's the unhealthy level of self-importance, which is the other side of comedy, where sometimes it's the audience thinking that they deserve something.
Yeah, hecklers are just like 50 people paid money and came all the way out here to hear your drunk ass yell something at somebody else. Like, why would you think that?
And that's different than the comedian interacting with the audience and they want...
Yeah, I mean, if someone's doing crowd work because they ain't got shit going on, that's fine. But there's always a line to draw, like... I hate when hosts do crowd work because that sets the precedent for the feature and the headliner that there is talking allowed. Yeah. And so when that's the one of the rules that I learned is like I'm not going to fucking talk to anyone in the audience if I'm hosting, especially if there's no crowd work happening later, because I don't want the fucking headliner to have to be like, "Hey, calm the fuck down. I don't want to talk to you."
Yeah.
Because some people aren't good at handling the audience.
Well, when I say flirt, I don't even mean necessarily. Well, actually, I don't mean sincerely. I just mean for the entertainment of it,
I kind of I do like a pretend flirty thing, like during the phone sex bit.
Yeah.
And, when I when I tell the Mickey Mouse orgasm bit. Oh, yeah. And I tell her, come over here and...
Oh, yeah. Like, it's a fun tool to kind of just, like, pick people out in the audience and include them in the bit, like... That's what I always do whenever I talk about, whenever I do the fucking... stereotypes are true. I'm bad at driving, but only because my giant dick gets in the way, and I like point at different people in the audience. And I'm just like, you get it. You're in the front. You see it. Or when I do the fucking "what are your loads like" joke, and whenever I'm at Pioneer, it always works to just look at the dudes in the front row and be like, "What are you tonight?" Is going to ask about my dick, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's not for you. And I'm like turn around all the way, and I'm like, I see you. I see eyes up here. I'm up here. You just fuck with them a little bit. It's fun to include them, but sometimes then they take that as their cue that they are now included fully into the rest of my bit. And I'm like, no, I was going somewhere, but now we're doing this.
Yeah, it's a tricky balance. Like, I don't like to do a lot of crowd work, and I just try to avoid it whenever possible because they do just kind of feel like it's a free pass now. Like, yeah, I'm in this show. We're doing this now. I'm up on stage with you. Like, no, that was just like a little thing just trying to like, include you, make the audience feel like they're with you. Like it's more of make it more conversational. But and I don't know. It just depends on the audience, on the comic, on the person, where you are in the lineup. Just there's a lot of variables. It's just that's not really. Even though I do a lot of improv and everything, I don't really like to improv too much with stand up.
No,
I don't know.
Well, that's a comedy update.
Yeah.
Chicken update. They're laying a bunch of eggs. Nick, what's our weight loss update? Am I still winning by like 8.8 pounds? It got closer. It got It got too close.
I haven't weighed myself since then, but yeah, my last weigh-in was 326.9. I was gonna wait to post something until I hit the even 325, but it said 69 in the numbers, so I had to post it up.
I understand
because I'm a child. But yeah, we're neck and
real
neck.
close, and that's why I think I'm gonna fucking lose because I think I'm plateauing it right in the 320s, and I'm like, fuck. You know, like, and I am not eating frequently.
You got to eat, man.
I know. I got
that energy up.
I'm keeping at least 2,000 calories coursing through my veins at some point. But you know, like, in order to maintain, I need at least 3,600. In order to lose 2 pounds a week, I need 3,100, and I've been, you know, barely breaking 2,600 just because I'm like, what the fuck else do I want to shove in my dumb face? You know, like, it's fucking maddening.
I'm not so familiar with Nick's weight loss, but for Bobby, I've seen that you've lost quite a bit of weight fast.
Oh yeah, he's lost over 100 pounds in the last year.
Woo!
Yeah, we're coming up on 100. Once I hit 325.
There you go. Yeah,
start off at 425.
Pretty much fucking there.
Yeah.
Sounds like you divorced a small woman.
Yeah,
that's what that fucking lady said last night. Yeah, it's like you lost your ex-wife or something. I'm like,
really?
Yeah, I like that you turned it into a cum joke.
That's what I thought she said. Is like you lost it through cum. Like, yeah, I came inside my 100 pounds inside my ex-wife, and that's why she left me. And then she tried to say that. Oh yeah, She tried to say that she was funny for throwing that out there.
Nope.
And
so you did not like my joke.
With the look. That was what I was most proud about last night. That I kind of like got a heckler just by like tilting my head and
look at them
a
like,
little bit, like
you're bombing, and you're not even the one doing comedy.
Yeah, that was my favorite one. But no, it wasn't a bad joke. I didn't hate your joke. It reminded me of this lady from last night, and
the one who wouldn't stop talking.
Yeah, the one who wouldn't shut up. But yeah, I'm hoping to hit the 300 mark by my birthday in October. So I have like a month and a half to go.
There you go.
To lose 25 pounds.
I'm just hoping to make it through the end of the year.
I weigh a lot more than I look like I do. And I'm not in condition now, but I have a pretty versatile background in athletics. And a few months ago, a policeman was hitting on me, and he was asking questions that seemed like, what's your name? Like a police officer is taking down information for something that just happened, and I'm kind of playing along with it. And then he asked me, what's your age? And then, how much do you weigh? And he really wanted to know.
These motherfuckers.
And I told him, and he looked really shocked. He's a pretty big guy. I would say he's about 6'2". I want to say 260-ish. And like he stopped writing when I told him how much. And here's the thing. I lied. By a lot. And that still amused me. I lied, and he was still like, what the fuck? But,
that's always a fun reaction to get.
No, I look really good for not being in condition. But I don't think it's just genetics. I think it's from background. Like, I started working out regularly when I was 13.
Oh yeah, that'll get the muscular structure in place.
Thought you meant like Foley work.
What work?
You started working when you were 13.
Yeah, like background work. Never mind. It's another dumb.
Jesus fucking Christ, man!
I don't even know what's happening.
Turn it off, Nick. Turn it off.
Don't turn it off. Don't turn it off.
We got to land this fucking.
Fuck.
I'm just so fucking.
What is your problem, Bobby? What do you want? I brought you hand-picked lemons that smell like flowers.
Did you get some tacos?
I brought tacos.
Go down to LA. Got some tacos.
LA.
Go hiking. LA.
I will keep my distance from you and not let my gross self touch you. I mean, what else do you want?
Thank you. Ugh. Like a swamp monster.
I want it to get worse. I want this to get darker. Ooh, I made you sort of compliment me before. Let me have it.
No, it doesn't work like that.
You were talking about how mean comics can be.
The roasting happens gradually.
Not now.
It doesn't prompt itself
no,
like
it doesn't. I'm a swamp thing. What kind of swamp thing am I? What do I smell like?
Like swamp.
How bad do I drip?
The normal amount?
Fairly moist.
You are standard swamp moistness.
Come closer.
No,
it's worse.
I don't want to get up in there. That's not the way I envisioned my day going, and I'm going to keep it that way.
Are you going to burn this chair after I'm gone?
Oh, it's already on fire. Don't look down.
Don't look this way.
That's what Nikki was doing earlier.
Yeah, I trained this dog to light fires.
Your dog likes me better than you.
No, that's impossible.
I think
She
Nikki
relies
just
on me for sustenance.
I think Nikki's too old to differentiate between people. She just knows there's a human there and she's getting attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, you say that to yourself. She senses another female around.
I don't say anything.
A fellow Lincoln.
I let that dog do what she wants, and most of the time what she wants is just lay her head on my knee and stare at me while wagging her tail, and I'm like, go away. Stop it.
That old dog. Do dogs get menopause?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, they get dogopause. That's right. I'm taking Nick's bit now.
That made me angry.
Yeah, right? See?
I feel angry
See,
right now
when it's
for
really
Bobby.
bad, when he's really bad, you're just like, oh, fuck off. And that's my reaction to Nick all the time.
You know what? I'm pissed off now. I'm
Good.
getting more and more involved in the in the angry comic stuff. But I'm going to get out of this and my anger to you, Bobby.
Good.
I wanted to talk about how excited I am that Halloween is coming up.
Oh, yeah.
I freaking love the holidays, and I will decorate for holidays that people normally don't decorate for. Like a previous St. Patrick's Day, I had a 2.5 foot leprechaun that I put in the front yard.
It's tall for a leprechaun.
Shut up.
Maybe 2.25. And I thought about how I was going to do this. I bought a Bill Clinton mask because he's kind of, just the most generic looking white guy mask that I could find. And I tied it behind his back. I stuffed him with just plastic bags. I made his body out of cardboard, and I made a black tape vest. And then I bought a green plastic table drape. What do we call it? Tablecloth. Table drape. And I made an outfit for him. So he's got the full geesh. I took one of these really stumpy black shoes that I don't wear anymore to look like his buckle boots.
Yeah.
And it freaked the neighborhood out. People thought it was like that Uncanny Valley thing with the mask happening because he was smiling, but it wasn't just this cartoon mask. It was a little bit, the leprechaunish without the gore. But I thought it was really cool. And
for next St. Patrick's Day, maybe you should just hire Warwick Davis to come over and hang out.
Isn't he dead?
No. He's still. I hope he's not dead.
You looked horrified.
No.
Not my buddy Warwick.
Yeah. Well, honestly, the last thing I saw him in was Idiot Abroad with Carl Pilkington. And that was like 6 years ago, I think. So he might be. I'm pretty sure he's alive. I think we would have heard.
Are you looking right now, Bobby?
I don't know.
Is he alive? I'm pretty sure he's alive.
He's alive, and he's 49 years old.
That's it. For some reason, I thought he was older.
That seems about right.
Yeah. Good for him.
There was a recent leprechaun, and he wasn't the leprechaun. The most recent leprechaun. It was somebody else.
It was Dionne Warwick. I already made that joke way back on. Oh, the episode was called Dionne Warwick Davis. Now I remember. Getting growled at. Nick, what are you into?
I was gonna go pee.
We're gonna land. We're gonna flush this turd.
All right. Right now, I am reading "Let the Right One In," a Swedish vampire tale. That's
right.
It's a nice novel that was made into a movie that was made into a stage play, and I am going to be in the stage play right here in Reno at Good Luck Macbeth, and I am the. I play a Swedish police commissioner, and
you sound so Swedish. I don't know why it took this long.
We're not doing Swedish accent. Like the entire play takes place in Sweden. Is not for the longest time. Bobby thought it was just there's a random Swedish.
I thought it was like in America there was a teenage vampire story, and he was just a Swedish police officer.
Yeah,
I was like, this sounds ridiculous.
Hold
I
in
love
the name of the law.
We're not doing like Swedish accents or anything.
You
like
can't
that.
go drinking the kid's blood today.
Get Varg, do you give Varg, and just gonna do the Muppet.
Yeah.
And that opens on October 4th at Good Luck Macbeth, and it runs for like the entirety of October.
Fuck.
And it's my first time doing theater since high school, and I'm super fucking excited about it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a crazy bonkers gory show, and I die on stage, and just I have these awesome monologues, and it's gonna be. I thought I had just like this tiny nothing part after watching the movie, but no, I have to like learn and do shit.
That's really exciting that it's going to be gory.
Yeah, like lots of stage blood. We are planning a blood station backstage for people to like
refill blood
and get
stuff.
all the blood off of them in between scenes and everything. There's a lot of fucking blood, and yeah, so I recommend seeing this show. The director is awesome and amazing, and the entire cast is a lot of fun, and I'm going to be in there too. So yeah, read the book, Let the Right One In. The book is even crazier than the movie and the play, and it's just fun. And other than that, I think that's pretty much it.
That's what you're into? Those are also your plugs. Good job.
Yeah.
Nick and Bobby Act Weird's coming up on Friday. Come watch that. That's
September 6th.
It's really all we both got. That's all we're focusing on, really.
Yeah, for the next week.
It's what consumes my mind. And once that's done, I'm fucking done being in the public for a while.
September 6th for your guys' show?
6th,
Yep, September 6th.
8:30, Reno Improv.
And Nick, when is your play?
It opens October 4th. And then it runs, I think, every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday through the end of October. And we have a matinee in there somewhere on a Sunday at 2 o'clock. I don't remember when exactly.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
See Nick and Bobby. And see Nick.
Yeah, Nick
doing
and
his
Bobby
morgy borgy.
Yeah.
And now ATK. What things are you into in the public world? And also, what is your plugs for shows, if any?
What I'm most excited about is right after this podcast, I am going to rub my disgusting, smelly, slimy self against you like some sort of mutant cat in heat. And I'm going to watch you shrivel like a salted snail.
Okay.
Through my repulsion. I'm going to be in Ohio for a few months, I expect. I'm going to come back to your show. I really don't have anything to plug. Once again, it's really important that we reach out to each of our Congress members within your state to help the people who are in cages right now, to have the TSA stop filling up little kids, stop filling up adults, for them to stop telling quadriplegics to get out of the wheelchair so they can roll through a metal detector that is quote-unquote caveman security. And it's actually really not difficult. You could go online and make a phone call if you like, or you could go online and just write an email. It's something that it's really, really easy to do. You know, once upon a time before the internet, you had to go through the phone book or talk to somebody who knows better. Now it's really, really super easy to do.
I think there's some apps to do, like Move On and change.org and places like that. You can just like sign up on that, fill in some information, and they'll just send it on for you. Do a little boilerplate letter for you.
Thank you, Nick. Excellent. Nick knows what's going on. Nick's doing things.
Nick's allowed to do fucking activism.
Yeah, I went through a day-long training where if I go and do some protesting shit and I get arrested, then my company will pay for my legal fees.
Which is wonderful.
And bail me out and everything.
That's beautiful. I'm not allowed to do any of that. So I told Nick if he wants to go shake up the foundations of the earth, if he gets locked up in jail, his rent is free.
Well, I am going to hear more about that because...
Throw a brick through a Starbucks.
Well, it has to be like organized, and we have to try
Organize
to
a bunch of people to brick a Starbucks.
I think I could get some people into that.
Yeah. No, don't do that. Those poor teenagers don't deserve that shit. Brick a rich person.
There's
to
one...
death.
Oh, man.
I thought you would say that for white guys at bars.
That too. Any white guy you see, stone them to death. Unless they're out with an ethnic escort. Not prostitutes. I'm into the band Future Teens. There's a song called Frequent Choir. I'm into the band Spanish Love Songs. I just posted a song of theirs online, but one of my favorites is There's No Reason to Believe, because there isn't. There's no fucking hope left for any of us. Anyway, you guys have any parting words before we... No, I'm fucking done.
Get ready to get slimed, Bobby.